What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I want to talk about why player development is very important for our Atlanta Falcons. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about why player development is very important for our Atlanta Falcons. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of different comments. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter. As you guys know, the Atlanta Falcons have benched starting quarterback Desmond Ritter for the remainder of the season. For the second time this season, he's being benched by our head coach, Arthur Smith. And you guys know that I don't agree with the change at the quarterback position. But at this point, we have to move forward. It is what it is. But I do want to talk about player development because I feel like if this Atlanta Falcons team wants to win a championship, it's going to be very important that we continue to develop players. And I've been seeing a lot of different statements saying that Desmond Ritter's trash, that he needs to be on another team, that he's not a starting, not a starting quarterback. He doesn't have starting caliber talent and things of that nature. And personally, I disagree with all of those statements. Yes, Desmond Ritter has cost this Atlanta Falcons team games this season, but a lot of our young, talented players have cost this Atlanta Falcons team games over the past couple seasons. So I want to go back to last season. So Drake London was our #1 draft pick last season. You guys know that I'm a huge Drake London fan. I wanted the Falcons to draft him. We ended up drafting him, I believe, at 8 in the first round. And if you remember last season, Drake London had a fumbling issue in the game. The first start of Desmond Ritter's career last season, we went to New Orleans. We were driving on the last drive of the game. Drake London makes a key catch on 4th down to move the change, and he catches the ball over the middle. He's running down the field, and the ball gets punched out. The Saints recover. The Saints win that game. Drake London cost us that game. Last year against the Baltimore Ravens, Drake London makes a big catch across the middle of the field again. He's running, and the ball gets punched out. We've seen 3 or 4 occasions last season with Drake London, who's a great talented wide receiver. Our #1 wide receiver, the best wide receiver on this Atlanta Falcons team. We've seen him cost the team games last year. We've seen him make mistakes last year. He was a rookie. That happens. And that's what I continue to say when I talk about Desmond Ritter and the interceptions, the fumbles. He's a first-time starter. Desmond Ritter hasn't played great this year. He's been an average quarterback. He's 8-8. His career record as a quarterback so far in his career is 8-8. So yes, he's made mistakes. Yes, he hasn't been the best or been at his best, but I still think that he has qualities that could make him a franchise quarterback or make him a decent quarterback in the NFL. If you look at Bijan Robinson, our #1 pick this season, he's had 3 or 4 fumbles in key situations this year. Against the Arizona Cardinals, he put the ball on the ground. Again, last week in Carolina, he puts the ball on the ground in their territory, in Carolina territory on 3rd down, where we're basically just trying to run the ball. I think it was like 3rd and long. They just called a safe play. Let's just run the ball here so we can punt the ball out, punt the ball and play the field position game. Bijan Robinson puts the ball on the turf. So we've seen this, numerous times out of this young Atlanta Falcons team. So I don't know what the hypocrisy is about why everybody is so upset about Desmond Ritter and his turnovers, because that's been the story for this Atlanta Falcons team the last two years is, turning the ball over in key moments. It just hasn't been Desmond Ritter. It's been the team as a whole. I'm not stating that I'm excusing Desmond Ritter's, turnovers, because I do believe that Desmond Ritter has to be better. And I do understand that turnovers lose you games. But what I don't understand and what I don't like out of what I'm seeing on social media, what I'm hearing in the comments is I haven't seen Bijan Robinson's name coming up at all about turning the ball over. I haven't seen Drake London's name coming up at all about turning the ball over. I'm only seeing the quarterback. I'm only seeing Desmond Ritter. I'm only seeing that he's trash. I didn't see anybody call Drake London trash last year when he was fumbling the ball and turning the ball over. I don't see us calling Bijan Robinson trash when he's turning the ball over. So my main thing is keep that same energy. If we're going to come at Desmond Ritter, we need to come at the whole team, because at the end of the day, this whole team has not been playing up to snuff. These guys haven't executed consistently this season, and that's the reason that the Falcons are in the position that they're in. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not here to just defend Desmond Ritter because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan, but I feel like we're not keeping that same energy when it comes to all of our players. And this is why I always talk about player development being key for this Atlanta Falcons team. If you want to be a team that wins consistently, you have to be able to develop talent. And I feel like this season, we're seeing our talent develop. We're seeing on the defensive side of the ball, Zach Harrison comes away with his first sack last week. We seen last week Taquan Graham, who's in his second year, I believe, come away with his first career sack. We seen last week Clark Phillips get the start over Jeff Okudah. He's been a player that the rookie out of Utah, the corner, he's been playing really well and coming on late. We've seen DeMarco Hellams on the defensive side of the ball. He's been getting snaps over Richie Grant, and he's been playing that safety position and playing a little bit of the nickel position and box safety. So we're seeing development. We're seeing guys step up, which is good news for our Atlanta Falcons team, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to pay everybody on your roster. So you definitely want to continue to develop talent. But I just wanted to give my quick thoughts, because I've been seeing a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of people saying that Desmond Ritter isn't it, Desmond Ritter this, Desmond Ritter that. But we have to look at this Atlanta Falcons team as a whole. Guys haven't stepped up in general. Guys are turning the ball over. Not just Desmond Ritter. Players on this team are turning the ball over at unopportune moments. And that's why I always say there's 2 to 3 plays in the game that will change the game, that will win you the game, or that will lose you the game. So with that being said, this Atlanta Falcons team has to continue to develop talent. At the end of the day, on the offensive side of the ball, we've seen this year, Drake London hasn't fumbled the ball, I don't believe, at all this year, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not worried about players like Bijan Robinson that's fumbling the ball. He's making rookie mistakes. In college, guys don't punch the ball out as well as they do in the NFL. That's why these guys in the NFL get paid the big bucks, because they're professionals. They don't give up on plays. When you see Antoine Winfield Jr. punch the ball out at the 1 yard line against Desmond Ritter, that's called effort. In college, you hardly see players hustling like that, because they're not getting paid the type of money these professionals. They're not studying tape as long as these professionals. These professionals, this is why the NFL is a different level. And Bijan Robinson's starting to see that guys are not going to just give up when he hits a crease and it looks like he's going. Guys are going to come from behind and try to knock the ball out. Guys are not going to give up on plays. And that's what Bijan Robinson and that's what young players in general will have to learn, that in the NFL, players do not give up. Players are going to keep fighting until, they're going to play through the echoes of the whistle. So with that being said, as I mentioned, player development is key for this Atlanta Falcons team. If we're going to continue to get better, if we want to win a championship, we got to stop being fair weather fans. We got to stop automatically wanting to jump off a bandwagon and jump onto another bandwagon without allowing players to fully develop. Players don't develop in one season. Quarterbacks need at least 3 seasons, 2 to 3 seasons, full seasons of game time for them to actually develop into what they are. At that point, you can kind of say a player is not it. Once they've had a full 3 to 4 years of starting, of game tape that they put out there, you can kind of determine what that player is. Is he a franchise guy? Is he a career backup? But saying a guy that is not it after 16 games or after 1 full season, to me, is a big mistake by saying a guy is not it. We're seeing guys like Geno Smith, who's come along, and he was another guy that a lot of people wrote off. He's back in the league starting. We've seen numerous occasions where guys were told that they weren't going to be, weren't anything, that they were trash, and then they turned out to be a lot better than a lot of people gave them credit for. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Desmond Ritter. You guys give me your thoughts on player development. But as I stated before, Guys don't develop in one season. With that being said, this been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed.